Vishwanide Savitadurikani Parasura Yadbadalan Tanna Asura Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Atmiya Dr. Praveen Bhai, Bharat Bhai, Vivek Bhai, who is accompanying me today. ऐसे फंक्शन में announcer has a very important role to play and she is doing very well. Because ये मंत्र मैंने क्यों बोला आरंभ में? Is it just because I am coming from a religious or spiritual background? No. Whatever I heard from Dr. Praveen Bhai 5 years ago, 15 days ago, and 5 minutes ago. Actually, it was 5 minutes ago that I decided that I am going to begin my talk with this mantra today. It means Om Sahana Bhavatu. The concept here, perceived by Vedic Rishis is that of togetherness. And that I see here as an underline, as a theme line of this entire two-day event. Not just this two-day event, but this entire Vyaparjagat.com activity. Am I right, Praveen Bhai? Togetherness. Together we grow. Together we prosper. Together we enrich our own selves and we enrich the society at large, world at large. Sahana avatu, saha no avatu. First of all, may we protect each other. That's where environment comes in. That's where ecology comes in. That's where the concept of green earth comes in. Sahano bhunaktu. May we enjoy together. Whatever we earn, whatever we achieve with our efforts, we wish to enjoy. Vedic Rishis never made life sorrowful. They never talked about running away from the realities of life. They say you can be right in the center of life and still be religious. Not only religious, you can still be spiritual. Albert Schweitzer has said somewhere that most religions of the world are life negative. And Schweitzer is true to a great extent. Because most religions, if you see, whatever we do in the normal course of life, the person who doesn't do all that, we conclude that he must be a religious person. Like, we stay in a home. A person who abandons home, a person who goes away from home, you say, very religious person, घर में रहते ही नहीं, पेड़ के नीचे रहते हैं, झोपड़ी में रहते हैं, मंदिर में रहते हैं. We wear clothes. A person who doesn't wear clothes, or a person who wears typical clothes, you say, yeah, he seems to be a religious person. Orange hair, white hair, beard, it's an appearance. We need to eat twice, thrice, maybe 4 times a day. A person who doesn't eat for days together, you can conclude that he must be a religious person. We try to earn money with our honest efforts. A person who doesn't talk about money, a person who doesn't touch money, we say, a religious person. और इसलिए हमने ये भी सोचा, धार्मिक लोग कभी पैसे की बात करते हैं. प्रवीण भाई ने जब मुझे इनवाइट किया तो मैंने कहा स्टॉक एक्सचेंज की रिंग में आकर के ये धार्मिक व्यक्ति क्या करेगा. But then I realized that rightly I am the most qualified person to begin this conference for 2 days because spirituality believes in progressing, spirituality believes in achieving prosperity, spirituality believes in enjoying life in totality, and spirituality believes in sharing what we have. Sahavu Sahaviryan Karvavahi. May we put our efforts together. May we strive towards progress together. Sahanavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryan Karvavahi, Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu. May whatever we have studied together be Tejasvi, brilliant, effulgent. We always believe in going from darkness to light. So we are want to achieve brilliance. And lastly, she says, Ma Vidvishavate. We have worked together, we have decided together, we have dedicated ourselves as a team together, and we have achieved the results. But then the human nature comes into play. When we achieve something, we begin to compare. And when we begin to compare, naturally, we feel that the other person has more than I do. And when that feeling seeps in, the emotion of jealousy comes in, creeps in. That's where Rishi wants us. Ma Vidvishavai. When we progress together, when we achieve prosperity together, there should not be, there can be a healthy competition, no doubt about it, but there should not be an element of jealousy into it. Ma Vidvishavai. And only then we will achieve Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. We'll achieve peace, progress, prosperity. Dear friends, how can we do this? मैंने थोड़ा सा चिंतन करके आज सुबह से बुलेट में, क्योंकि I know I'm addressing a very worthy audience. सब ब्रिलियंट हो अपने अपने क्षेत्र में. थोड़ा सा पॉइंट दे दूंगा, उसके ऊपर चिंतन करके सीड में लगा रहा हूं, ट्री आप बता देना अपना अपना. There are 7 bullet points I want to share with you today to achieve overall. Well, let me throw this word to you: success and happiness. In my discourses, I always ask this question: how do you perceive this? Is happiness a mark of success, or is success a mark of happiness?
Happiness is mark of success.
Happiness is mark of success. Any other answer? Or how many of you feel that if you are successful, you are happy? Please raise your hands.
Not necessarily.
In my definition, yes.
Sure. Okay, there are some few hands. I think we are going to need forever in much more intensity, with much more energy. तो हाथ ऊपर करने में भी ऐसा करके यूं उसने बेचारे ने कितनी एनर्जी कराई सुबह में. So, how many of you feel that being successful is the mark of happiness? Please. Good. And how many of you feel that if you are happy, you are successful? This is the majority. Okay, you can think on your own. But in order to achieve success and happiness, which I feel is two sides of the same coin, we need to have these 7 wisdoms, which most people realize very late in life. Social psychologists have done the research and they have said, they have proved that 98% of people realize it too late in life. The 7 points. First, health. Dear friends, when you are working towards success, and if you want to achieve happiness, never, never, never neglect your health. Because, as you all know, health is wealth. And most people, especially in their young days, in the youth, they always put health on the back burner. It never takes priority. Gym, वो will do it later on. Walk, फुर्सत में करेंगे तो कभी जाएंगे. They eat whatever comes their way, and they just slog. And then, unfortunately, for most people, it takes a scare of health. कोई बड़ी मुसीबत आ जाए, 40-42 में ब्लड शुगर आ जाए, ब्लड प्रेशर आ जाए, हार्ट अटैक आ जाए, then I didn't realize this, I just work. Please give importance to your health, because without health there is no prosperity, there is no progress, there is no success, and you cannot really enjoy your happiness. Secondly, we must learn work and life balancing. Again, most of us who are on the beginning of the ladder to success, they feel the more hours we put, the more successful we will be. The more we slog, the more successful we will be. They feel that success is directly proportional to the hours put in the office or in the market. Surprisingly, it is not so. Because while slogging, they realize that life just passed by. पैसे कमा लिए, नाम कमा लिया, लेकिन जीवन को चूक गए. और जब फिर जीवन को आनंद लेना है, तब समय बहुत कम बचा है. Never underestimate this work-life balance. I've given entire seminars on this, how to balance work and life. Third, invest early. हमारे यहाँ ऐसा कहा जाता है कि जिसको दूर जाना है वो अपनी जर्नी को जल्दी शुरू कर दे. Whether it is economics, whether it is success, whether it is achieving and realizing your goals, the sooner you start your journey, the better it is. Compounding जो economics में होता है, फलाना याद कर रहा है. My friends used to call me Wrangler when I was in college. My college is not far, Elphinstone College, यहाँ मुंबई में. And it used to be very famous and very prestigious college in my days. Compounding की जो इफेक्ट होती है इंटरेस्ट में और सभी में. I'm a science student. Albert Einstein, being a scientist, and you will not expect such a quote from a scientist, and that too like Albert Einstein. ये quote अगर मैं आइंस्टाइन का नाम लिए बिना बोलता तो आपको लगता किसी इकोनॉमिस्ट का होगा, but it is from Einstein. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, Einstein says. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So, effect of compounding. Whenever you want to achieve it, start early. Fourth, very important thing. Embrace vulnerability. Dear friends, we all are vulnerable. और पता नहीं क्यों बचपन से ऐसा सिखाया जाता है. Don't show your weakness. Have a strong shield around you. Especially लड़कों को, मेल चाइल्ड जो फैमिली में होता है ना, 2-3 साल का लड़का भी यदि रोता है तो लोग कहते हैं लड़की की तरह रोता है. तो 3 साल के लड़के को लगता है मैं लड़का हूं. And I'm not supposed to cry. क्राइम की लाइसेंस किसको मिली हुई है? लड़की की तरह रोता है. तो लेडीज कैन क्राई, उनकी तो म्युनिसिपैलिटी की टैग लगी हुई है, कुछ भी हुआ तो सीधा टप 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 शुरू. वो रिलैक्स भी हो जाती है तुरंत. और पुरुष है वो रो रहा है, लड़का होके रो रहा है, वो रोता नहीं, अपने इमोशंस को सप्रेस करते जाता है. 45-50 में ये सारे सप्रेस्ड इमोशंस एक साथ में दबी हुई स्प्रिंग की तरह उछलते हैं और वो फिर फर्स्ट हार्ट अटैक के रूप में प्रकट होते हैं. Dear friends, we all are vulnerable. Accept it. It is good to be strong, but at the same time, it is never good. Psychologically speaking, it is never good to suppress your emotions. When you show your emotions, it doesn't mean that you are weak. In fact, it shows that you are open to accept your feelings. At the same time, you will have sympathizers. You will have true friends who stand by you in your weak moments. And that is where you will find probably the best friends and called supporters to progress in life. So this openness is very important. Sometimes it also helps us to build meaningful, fulfilling relationships. Fifth, very important thing for success is the value of saying no. At the age of 18 or 19, I had read a very valuable book published by Oxford University. The title was, Don't Say Yes When You Want to Say No. Most people cannot progress in life. Most people are stressed because they do not know how to say no. And there are wonderful ways. Again, I discuss all this in my seminars. As I said, I'm just giving you bullet points. Learn to say. And when you say no, it should sound to the other person that you are favoring the person by saying no. It's not that you are rejecting the person. You are doing good to them. It is very important. Otherwise, if you keep saying yes to everyone, chances are that we will burn out. Because then we spread ourselves so thin that we cannot qualitatively be engaged. And that's where I come to my next point. Dear friends, always give importance to quality over quantity. In your activities, in relationships, in business, in whatever you do in life, quantity impress कर जाती है, लेकिन it is ultimately the quality which stands with you. Invest your time, your energy, your resources into quality rather than quantity. And last, but definitely not the least, the significance of self-love. It is not bad to be selfish. Selfish शब्द का एक जो टोन हमने पसंद किया, इसलिए मैं यहाँ पर self-love प्रयोग कर रहा हूँ शब्द. Self-love is not narcissism. Self-love is not arrogance. Self-love is not attitude. Self-love is basically respecting yourself. क्योंकि if we are not strong, if we are not capable, if we are not potent, then there is no use to anything that we earn, collect, gather, achieve. So, significance of self. Make yourself a priority. Simply speaking, you are worth it. प्रिय सज्जनों, व्यापार जगत ग्रोथ शो. प्रसन्नता मुझे यह है कि I am associated with this activity since beginning. Right? I still remember when you began this venture with a wonderful dream. उस वक्त मैंने, क्योंकि it was in Ahmedabad, it was actually online, और मैंने online वो blessings दिए थे आपने जब शुरू किया था. And I'm so happy कि ये जो growth है ना, यहाँ का जो tagline आपकी है from SME to IPO, what a place. स्टॉक मार्केट की, बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज की रिंग में बैठकर, क्या जमाना होगा इस समय। एक जमाने में कितनी चीखते होंगे लोग, कितना चिल्लाना होता होगा, कितना उत्साह होता होगा। मैं आया था, मैंने देखा हुआ है वो दृश्य, एक्चुअली भी देखा हुआ है और कुछ फिल्मों में भी देखा हुआ है कि बुल जब भागता है ना तो यहाँ बहुत आवाजें आती है, और यहाँ की आवाजें ठंडी हो गई तो पूरे देश की आवाज ठंडी हो जाती है। तो यहाँ तो आवाज बहुत जोरों से होनी चाहिए, बहुत उत्साह से होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि इस हॉल में जो आवाज उठती है वो पूरे देश में जाती है। और अब भारत केवल भारत तक सीमित नहीं रहा है, वो वैश्विक शक्ति बन रहा है। तो यहाँ से जो आवाज उठेगी वो पूरे विश्व में जाएगी। यहाँ से आपकी आवाज भाई, व्यापार जगत की जो गूंज, ये तालियां, ये उत्साह आपको यहाँ से उठेगा। और बहुत सुंदर, मैं कुंभ की प्लानिंग कर रहा हूं, कुंभ जहां पर गंगा यमुना सरस्वती का मिलन है। भाई, विचार तो मेरे स्पिरिचुअल और यहाँ जब ऐसे मटेरियल में आना होता है तो दोनों साथ में चलते हैं। आपने भी एक प्रयाग रचा है, जैसे स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में गंगा यमुना सरस्वती का प्रयाग पवित्र माना जाता है, ऐसे आपने पहले तो बिजनेस, बट रिकॉग्नाइजिंग अनसंग हीरोज, गिविंग देम प्लेटफॉर्म, गिविंग देम विजिबिलिटी, ये सबसे पहला काम। रिकॉग्नाइजिंग देम, गिविंग देम अवार्ड्स, पहली बात। दूसरा, एम्पावरिंग विमेन, उनको सपोर्ट करना, विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को। ये मुझे लगता है यमुना है, और साथ में इकोलॉजी, एनवायरनमेंट को, क्योंकि मुझे एक वाक्य हमेशा याद रहता है, वी हैव नॉट इनहेरिटेड दिस प्लैनेट फ्रॉम आवर एंसेस्टर्स, इन फैक्ट वी हैव टेकन इट ऑन लोन फ्रॉम आवर कमिंग जनरेशंस। सो ये हमारे बाप की मिलकत नहीं है पृथ्वी जिस पर हम रह रहे हैं, ये हमें आगे वाली जनरेशंस को देकर जाना है। हमने जैसा लिया उससे बेहतर रूप में उनको देकर जाना है। तो इकोलॉजी के फील्ड में भी प्रवीण भाई, आप जो काम कर रहे हैं व्यापार जगत.com के प्लेटफॉर्म से, ये त्रिवेणी संगम, गंगा यमुना सरस्वती का, जैसे वो आध्यात्मिक विश्व में पवित्र है, ऐसे मुझे लगता है कि व्यापार जगत की त्रिवेणी संगम, आपकी इस त्रिवेणी संगम में अनेक लोग आए, ये त्रिवेणी संगम समृद्ध होता रहे। और कितना बड़ा स्वप्न, जिस मंत्र से मैंने आरंभ किया उसी से मैं कंक्लूड करूं, सहना रहो, सहनो, साथ में मिलकर चलना। बड़े थॉट कि मैं अकेला कर सकता हूं, जितना आगे बढ़ूं मैं अकेला बढ़ूं, अपना मकान बड़ा बना, अपना ये करो, साथ में। और सपना भी देखो तो फिर छोटा क्यों दे रहे? मुझे लगता है यहीं से प्रशांत मेहता ने कहा था ना कि छोटा क्यों सोचते हो, सपना भी देखो तो 1 मिलियन का देखो ना, कि एक तो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, 5-7 एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को हाथ क्यों बढ़ाएं, 1 मिलियन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, और ग्लोबल लेवल पे हमें उनको आगे बढ़ाना है। ये आपके एंडीवर में, आपकी जर्नी में प्रवीण भाई, आप तो है ही, लेकिन आप सब जो है, प्लीज मैं आपके साथ में हूं एज योर कंपेनियन। My prayers, my blessings are always with you. ईश्वर की कृपा आप सभी पर बरसती रहे, बहुत संपन्न हो, महालक्ष्मी की कृपा बरसती रहे, और यहाँ से आपकी उठी हुई गूंज समग्र विश्व में फैले, यही सद्भावना मेरी आपके साथ। Thank you.